Hold on. There was one more thing I wanted to ask you. What was I thinking about?
Mm.
I'm like, my coffee's kicking in, so I'm losing track of my thoughts a little bit. Okay, I remember. Do I remember? Fuck. Wait. No. Oh, I wanted to ask you something, okay, about content. Because sometimes in the chat, we have people who are asking us like, hey, I'm just starting and I'm so far behind you guys, etc. I need to know from you if this is the same thing for you. People need to understand everything I'm doing now, I've done before 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. For example, even like my Russian name being Matara Khan, which means mother cockroach. My first ever username online was the Russian word for monkey. Like even that, like I have my sub or ban wheel, banning like everything I've ever done on stream is something that I've done like 10 years ago to 10 people. Is something that I've done 8 years ago to 100 people. Like I have taken like everything from before. So I keep trying to tell people like, hey, I know you're at the beginning of where you are, but you need to understand that in a year, you will be using from that experience. In 3 years, you'll be using from that experience and back. And like, do you feel that same way or do you always reinvent?
I think, I
mean, look at
agree.
you now. Look at you being a pirate now.
I'm a pirate again. Everything just comes full circle for some fucking reason.
That's why I try to tell people, like, you do something and let's say like it was a great idea, and this is a lot of people try to save their best ideas for when they blow up. Do your really good idea to 80 viewers, because when you do blow up at 1,000, do that idea again. But now you have more money, more time. You've already tested that idea, so you know that some things don't work. You know that some things are going to work better. So I'm always encouraging people, like, do your crazy idea now. It's only going to get better. It's only going to improve.
Yeah. I think we live in a day and age where like the social media platform is a lot different than it used to be. Before, it was kind of like, people are focusing on having a lot of subs and that will grow their channel or whatever. But nowadays, I don't know about you guys, but there are a ton of videos I've watched where people barely have any subscribers, but they get a shit ton of views. They'll have like 100k, 200k, a million views, and then their channel will have like 10k sub. And you're like, oh, but they just made a really good like video essay, and everyone wanted to watch it. And it's like, people get so hung up over subscriber counts when that really doesn't matter anymore as much as it used to, especially like stuff like TikTok, even follow accounts on TikTok. That doesn't matter, bro. You can blow up on TikTok from nothing. It doesn't even matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Hawk to a girl, right? Now she has a podcast.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy, but here it is, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I just always find myself telling people, like, you might have a PNG now. You might like have an idea now. And oftentimes, like, it's a great idea, yes, but you don't have the resources to execute it. Cool. Do whatever you can now. Next time, bring that idea next year, do it better. Mouse's first subathon did amazing, but it took her third subathon to beat records, right? Like, I think she broke records on her second one as well.
Yeah.
But like her subathon only improved. She only got better with it. She only like learned more and more about how to do stuff. So I'm like so big on that, where I'm like, I wish people could see how much we failed and how much we didn't know, and how much, like, I remember when you first joined and we were talking the previous job, how much we like kind of didn't know what we were doing. And to be honest, I still kind of don't know what I'm doing most of the time.
You just kind of do.
I just kind of do. Even though in my head, I understand that like having a good thumbnail and having a good title and having a good video will make people watch. But like videos I thought were not great hit algorithm and views, and videos I thought, were great didn't. So I don't know anything, genuinely.
So if you haven't seen Kuro's struggle and no success, bro, I've been uploading since 2008. 2008.
You've not seen like baby Kuro videos? You've shown it to them.
Yeah,
I remember.
I've been on like YouTube trying to grow since I was 8 years old, and I had many active channels over the years that have closed.
Can we talk about, I want to say that Michi's a natural, but it kind of takes away from all the hard work that she does behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But she makes it look like she's a natural.
Yeah.
I feel like Michi, when you first see her, you're like, wow, she's so good at it. But then like I was telling her I'm doing a subathon, and she gave me like 1,000,000 prompts, and she researched 1,000,000 things while she was doing her own stuff. I didn't even ask her. She's just like, oh, by the way, Matara, here's all of this stuff you can do. Here's how this can help. Here's how. I was like, girl, what the hell? She's probably the hardest worker I know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, she didn't even stream. Like she wasn't even a streamer. She didn't want to be a content creator. She was doing fashion design. You know, she even was in like university. Yeah. And
my girl.
She even did like a lot of projects with that.
Oh my god, I know. I've seen some of the stuff.
Yeah, but then she just decided to try it out, and like, I mean, now she's Michi Mochivi, and she's doing really well. So, you know, it is what it is.
I feel like if this girl puts her mind to anything, she makes it happen. Like she makes it happen through like hard work and dedication. Really. Yeah. Like she proves to me that everything is hard work in life. Everything. Meeting her made me realize like I could work a little more. I can work a little more. I can try a little more. I can do a little harder. You know?
Oh, it was like really hard to make her understand like her worth. I feel like even now she's kind of doubtful about it. But like for the longest time, when I got into vshojo, like I didn't tell her to like try get in vshojo or anything. I was telling her that she should just fucking do something, like do something away from what she was currently doing, because I was saying like you have so much potential and you don't realize how much potential you have, and it makes me annoyed. So just do something, you know?
This is where you and I are a little different. Me, the moment I was like, I'm getting out, I didn't, you know, again, it was way before vshojo, everything. I was like, I'm getting out. I was like, I'll tell you what it's like on the other side when I'm out. And then I got out, and then vshojo happened. And then I was like, girl, I am telling you, give me like a little bit of time to get myself situated. And then you're leaving. Promise me you're going to leave. And I kept being like, I was actually being kind of a pushy, like, again, I try not to be a pushy friend because I know that everybody has their boundaries. But with Michi, I know that if I am pushy, she knows that it's from a place of love and not from a bad place. Like Michi knows if I'm like, and I was very, Michi, we can talk about that one day with her. I think in like September, I was like, you need to leave. October, I was like, you need to leave, by the way. November, I was like, by the way, you need to leave. Because also like, I didn't want to reveal other people's stuff, but I knew that like some other people were planning as well. And I was just like, Michi, you need to leave. I promise you, I will not let you fail. Like, I promise you, I will collab with you. I promise you, we will do stuff every day. I promise you, like, you're gonna love Twitch. But I was on her ass, and I even I was like, me and him are not gonna let you die. But I think like I was being so okay. I'm so dramatic when I talk with Michi. I was like, Kuro and I won't let you die, but I think you're gonna die if you stay there. I think it's gonna kill you. Your creativity. You're gonna be a shell of a woman.
I mean, yeah. The thing is, it's like I was just thinking the whole time, like you're not gonna grow there. That's what it's just honest. Like you're not.
You're never gonna be rewarded for your effort.
You're one of the most. She's like the definition of bottlenecking.
She was.
Actually, though, like for real. It's like if you just leave, get a new audience, you will pop off, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
He's good now.
Oh my god. And I remember I was even like, look, Kuro and I, we're doing pretty good. If we're getting out and we're like seeing this stuff, I was like, it's not gonna improve for you. You're still, I was like, look at the facts. It's been how many years? Like this is an abusive relationship. And I was so dramatic. And again, just so we're clear, I would never do this with a casual friend or somebody like, I would never, for example, like say this to somebody like Mel, because I know that Mel would actually take this so personal and like take it very like more negatively. But Michi, I know this bitch can handle it. But I was like, every week, I'd be like, so when are you getting out? And then I think she talked about it, so I can kind of like say it. She was getting ghosted a little bit. Yeah. Okay. She talked about it. She was getting ghosted a little bit by management. And I was like, call them up. I was like, call them. Tell them. I'm like, they're trying to delay it. They're trying to like make you miss like, I was like, no, call them. No. You want to leave. Let them know. Like, go to a lawyer, draft up a letter. I was so on her ass. I was like, I squeezed that girl out of there.
Well, that's good.
I was really on her ass about it because I know how this was not gonna bring her joy, and she knew it. But I think she was also like very afraid to take the jump.
Oh yeah, she was definitely afraid. You know, even the amount of times I've like had to psych her up is insane about it. Because you know, if you're a Michi viewer here, be very positive to her. You know, she likes seeing the positive.
For a lot.
I feel like it's really hard to get into her brain that people like her sometimes. So even though it seems so obvious because you guys are so nice, so just be extra nice.
Be so nice to her.
Yeah.
You know, there is something that's a little bit of a, if you look at her letter that she posted when she was leaving.
Mm.
I think you can find a few types that I type because I have a very easy tell when I type. I put 2 dots instead of 3 dots when I type very quickly.
Right.
Because while that morning of, we were in call and she was crying, and I was like, it's okay, girl. Like, let's open up a document together. You talk to me, I talk to you, and we're gonna like kind of like, you know, do this. Because she'd be like, I want to say this. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So if you read that letter, there's a few spaces that she never ended up like changing where it's like 2 dots. And I wrote those.
Oh my
Because that's
God.
my tell that I write. I write 2 dots quite often. And I was with her and she was crying and I was crying and I was like helping her write it. Because you know, at some point she was crying and she couldn't write. And I was like, it's okay, it's okay. What do you want to say? I'm like, I'll type it out for you, you know?
Yeah.
But if you find that and you're able to see, there's a few spots where she definitely has like 2 dots in a few places.
Oh my God.
I wrote that. Fuck. I'm really happy that we're all. One thing though, and again, this is very normal. Right before Michi debuted, I talked to her a lot, right? Because she wasn't working yet.
Yeah.
But then she debuted and I got my podcast and we still talk just the way I talk to you, right? Where I'm like, hey, how you doing? Let's catch up soon.
Right.
But we're not able to talk as much
Yeah.
because we're also not in the same time zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're working a lot. And it's like, ugh, it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really change anything though. You guys meet up every. There's not been a year where you haven't met up yet. So that's good.
You say this, but I met up with you too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we meet up every year. The previous years we met up more often. This year we only met once.
Yeah.
But hopefully next year we're also gonna meet at least once or twice.
Oh, hell
for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, we definitely
Like,
are.
Yeah, 100%.
Ugh, dude,
So
I really, really want to go to Australia.